Hello everybody, it is me again, Erik, with a K. And we are continuing our super amazing story, Rosea Dreams by Dietlef Linde. And today we move on to chapter 9. Can you believe we are on chapter 9 already? Although in my country we say chapter 9! And this chapter is called Dream Visit. And it is chapter 9! The most amazing thing had happened. Rosea and Gideon now had a door from their Togetherland, from their dream to some other dream. In their heads they heard a friendly voice telling them, "You are welcome, travelers. You may enter." Rosea said to Gideon, "Say, Big Mouth, is it not strange? To me this voice feels odd." For once Gideon seemed to miss something important, because he replied, "What should be so strange about that?" Rosea rolled her eyes as she answered, "You should remember this. Father Jacob told me that children are stronger with dreams. We should be invited by another child and not by an adult." Gideon did not agree. "Your father Jacob only explains that we children have the power of belief and that our imagination is stronger. Did he tell you that adults cannot dream?" She had to admit that Father Jacob had told her no such thing. Gideon continued, "So adults may also dream, but lack the belief and possibly the imagination to make it special. I think it is not strange that we are invited by an adult if it is an adult. We will know for sure when we go through the door and enter their dream." Rosea did not call him Big Mouth for no reason. Gideon liked big words and had lots of them. The fiery circle, which was the door they wanted to go through, was up high. He called 2 swan steeds. These swan-like animals were fantastic. They were big enough to serve as a mount for her or Gideon, and they were strong enough that they could still fly. They always arrived with a saddle and reins when he called them, and beautiful tinkling little chimes at the side along the reins. Rosea asked, "Have you ever wondered who saddles them?" With his typical smug grin, he answered, "I will think on it." This being their shared dream world, what he would think upon it would most likely be true. They mounted their beautiful steeds, and off they went, up into the sky. Flying through a fiery ring in the sky was scary, even if Rosea had conjured up the ring herself. What happened right after was even more scary. They were suddenly in another sky of a brilliant sapphire blue and a blinding golden sun. And they were falling! They had passed through the ring in the sky into another dream world, and the swans had just disappeared. Thankfully, they did not fall for long. Phew. 2 silvery clouds raced towards them and caught them in midair. Being caught by these clouds was like falling onto the softest scented pillow of all times, made of the finest fabrics. After they had caught them, the clouds spiraled slowly down towards the ground and stopped an easy step above the grass of a lush park. The grass was green, very green. Neither of the 2 of them had ever seen grass so green. It was so green that if the word green was used to describe it, it had to be said in a way that it would sound more important than the name of a color can generally be. Green. Rosea was lacking the words to describe it. She was even lacking the words to properly think about it. But she had Gideon with her. "Big Mouth, what would you call all the colors around us? The green grass, the blue sky, and all the rest." "Vibrant. Sometimes it is good to have somebody around who knows the right words." But of course Gideon could not leave it with that alone. "I have watched some old movies with my dad. One was named The Secret Garden. In that movie, everything started in black and white until the children found the secret garden. Then it was all colors and looked impressive and exceptionally beautiful. I remember the colors were more vibrant than in other movies. My father called it Technicolor. This world is somehow Technicolor. Rosea and Gideon stepped off their clouds, and the grass felt as good as it looked. Not far from where they had touched down, they saw a small pavilion, and sitting at the table in the pavilion was a man in a light grey suit. The man stood up for a moment and waved at them. He seemed to beckon to them to come over to the pavilion. Then he sat down again and waited. They had been right about the feel of the voice from the invitation. Their host was clearly an adult. Together they walked towards the pavilion. Rosea was nervous and did something which did not fully fit with her new name from Togetherland. In Togetherland she was fierce, but at the moment she did not feel very fierce. Rosea grabbed Gideon's hand. In Togetherland, Gideon was Big Mouth, but at the moment he stayed quiet. They did not walk far to arrive at the pavilion. The man in the suit had set up cups and plates on a small table in the pavilion. He motioned for them to take a seat and poured something steaming hot into their cups. He said, "Just try it. You will not burn your tongue." Gideon took a sip and his face lit up with joy. Now Rosea tried the foamy brew from her cup. It was everything! Well, not everything in the way that it did taste of everything. The brew tasted of many things she liked and recognized, and then of some things that she did not recognize. What she did not recognize was what brought all the other tastes together. Not the taste alone was marvelous. How the beverage felt on the lips and the tongue and in her mouth was also special. It felt like foam and marshmallows and whipped cream, but it was liquid. It melted like ice cream, but it was not cold. It was warm. Just warm enough to give you that feeling of the warmth spreading in you, but not so hot that it might burn on the tongue. It was everything. Rosea just had to ask, "What is it?" The man answered, "I do not know. It is just meant to be the perfect beverage for whomever I pour a cup." Rosea went on, "There is chocolate and banana and vanilla and raspberries and other stuff that I do not know." The man smiled warmly and explained, "You probably taste some spices. I personally like hot chocolate with just a little chili added to it, or strawberries with green pepper. Even the sweetest pancake does not taste right without a tiny pinch of salt. Spice does not just add to the taste, it brings the taste together." Gideon listened to this explanation as if he were taking notes in his head. Rosea just nodded once and announced, "It is good but strange," or "strange but good. The important thing is that it is really good." With this, she took another swig from her cup. Then she looked at the man and mentioned, "Your suit is also strange. From further away it looked just light grey, but now I think I see colors in the grey." The man looked at them suddenly serious, and for a moment Rosea thought she might have said something wrong. But his face conveyed no anger. It conveyed urgency, as the man told them, "There is much more to talk about, but you are waking up. Don't worry. You may also wake up from here, and you are invited to dream yourself directly here next time." Rosea wanted to protest, but she was surely not waking up. But before she could formulate her protest, she woke up. It is all getting very exciting, right? That was chapter 9, Dream Visit of Rosea Dreams by Dietlef Linda. I hope that you liked it. And I will see you again for further stories, but know that on Character Stories for Children, on this channel, there are so many stories. Maybe you have even missed some, but they are all waiting there for you to catch up on them. So many stories. Make sure you watch some more, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.